If you guys like how I do my chart analysis on YouTube and you want to learn how to do it yourself, click the link below to check out the Vee Trades technical analysis course. What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for the Spider S&P 500 ETF Trust with the ticker symbol SPY. If you want a chart analysis guaranteed to be done, please read the description below. Also, take a second to give the video a like and subscribe for more chart analysis. I appreciate it very much. This video is for entertainment purposes only, does not constitute any financial advice. I will first cover what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. Here we have the daily chart for the SPY. It looks like we are pulling back because prices were previously inside of a micro uptrend, which we had a first break outside of. So normally when we get the first breakup pattern, prices usually don't just reverse right away. Usually go up a second time to retest that previous extreme. So that's what it looks like prices are doing right now, and we may get that in the form of two legs, or actually a measured move up. So this is the first leg, this is the second leg, and the target is right around the 403.87 level, and it's right where this gap could be filled, and they could also come back to retest this previous breakout of this congestion right here, this range. So I'm looking for higher prices in the short term. This looks like a pullback in the market, just like what we had from the 20th of May all the way up to about the 27th of May before we went sideways, and or even 14th of March all the way up to the 29th of March. So this is a pullback. I'm expecting higher prices. There is a resistance level right where prices close. They're having a hard time pushing through it temporarily. Thursday and Friday, you can see that they stumbled. We cannot break above it, but I think with this momentum they'll probably break it, and we're gonna see this move up to that 402 403 level probably next week. So I think there's a bunch of shorts trapped. I think shorts are a little too early to take a position, so they're gonna get trapped, and we're gonna see a large move up once their stop losses are hit. There's also another reasons why we should continue higher, is that because there's a trend right here, a potential trend. Well, it definitely is a trend. We'll have to wait and see if prices do get rejected from this resistance side of the channel, though. Just like what we did in the past, we got rejected from here, we went to the opposite side of the channel. Now from the opposite side of the channel, we're going to come to this side of the channel. So that's just the way channels work. So right now, since we bounced from the opposite side, prices have been slowly coming back to this side of the channel, and I think they're going to do it and maybe even break it this time and get that two legs up. So that would be a pretty bullish pattern, because then that would tell me most likely the trend is ending fairly soon, because that shows signs of weakness, and then we'll probably just make another attempt of this low before probably completing the pattern. So it looks like we're pulling back. I'm looking for that second leg up to that 403 level. If we don't get rejected, and that's if we don't get rejected from this current resistance at the 389 level, which I think will probably break. So I'm looking for higher price in the short term. I'm expecting this gap to be filled, expecting prices to pull back to at least the resistance side of this channel. So pretty much I'm expecting a green week next week. So that's everything I have for the daily chart. Just one more thing. I want to overlay the QQQ chart and show you guys why I don't normally do it. It's just very similar to the SPY, even the Dow. They're all very similar. You can see that if I change this to, let's change it to a candles. I want to see candles. You can see that whenever we have a down move, the QQQ also drops, and whenever we have the up move, just like here, we also have the up move in the QQQ. Right after that, we have the drop, and now it looks like we're also getting the two legs up, just like what we're getting right now. So it's a very similar chart. That's why I don't do it. The candles are even looking identical also. That's why there's no point in doing it. It's very similar. Obviously there's a little differences. Obviously the QQ is much more volatile, but they still track pretty much the same thing. There's levels of diversification. You know how people say diversification is key, but there's levels to it. If you're not really diversified, if you own SPY and QQQ, they're just very similar. So the diversification is basically the first level would be just probably getting a different stock in the same sector. and then a next level would be getting a stock in a different sector, and then probably the third level is just complete different assets, you know, like maybe buying gold instead of stocks. So there's multiple levels of diversification. So let's take a look at the weekly chart. I'm going to switch over to it right now. So here we have the weekly chart for the SPY. Again, I don't think this is a bear market, even though people classify it as 20% or greater drop since the all-time highs, which we have, but this is not a bear market. For example, was this a bear market back here in 2020 when we dropped 35%? I don't think so. So see how it doesn't really matter what we drop as long as the trend is intact. I mean, as long as it's not a substantial drop. Like this was a 20% drop right here back in 2019, and prices still went up. Why? Because the trend was still intact. So the trend is still intact in my eyes, because we just had the first break of this channel, and normally prices will go back up to retest the previous extreme, because we don't just have a trend and then a downtrend form right away, unless we're in a range. If we're going sideways inside of a range, then obviously, yeah, we're going to have trends that end abruptly because there's a strong support and a strong resistance. As right now, I don't see this pattern on the chart. I don't see this sideways price action. So normally we're not going to just have a trend that goes up for 2 years, and then about 2 years, and then just reverse right away. So this is just a correction. It's a bigger correction than normal, which is whatever, but expecting a pullback, probably back up to this EMA. You can see that we are far away from it, so we could see a pullback to it, and then from there probably one more move down. I'm expecting that 350 level to be hit before a possible bottom of this correction, and then a resumption of the uptrend. We'll have to wait and see. It's not guaranteed. We could reverse right now, or we could even break that 350 level and continue lower. I'm just predicting that we should go up to retest these highs based on probabilities, and I'm just trying to figure out when this correction is going to end. So that's why I think this correction is going to end probably this 350 level. I'm expecting maybe early Q3, sometime in Q4, we're going to have a bottom in this downtrend. So let me go and wrap this up on the monthly chart. One more chart real quick. So here we have the monthly chart, and I was looking at this before, right, where we have this trend intact since 2020, or excuse me, 2008. So this was the uptrend intact, and then prices made a large move outside of it. So is the channel bigger, or do we have an overshoot, which would be a very bad sign if we have an overshoot? But you can see that we came back to test it on this side right here, which is a good sign. So I think prices are just getting more aggressive. We might see larger moves up. For example, I think we might just be continuing to move up instead of coming back all the way to this side of the channel. I think the trend is just getting steeper and steeper and steeper before we have that blow off top, or what they call the singularity, when like you just have kind of like a straight line. So I think that's what the market is going to do. It's just going to keep on going up until we have that final move up. So as right now, I still think we're going to get that final vertical move up. Maybe not in this leg up, but sometime in the future, and then that's probably when you don't want to be in stocks, because then that's when we can go in a 10-year bear market or something like that. Maybe something crazy like a 10 or 15-year bear market. As right now, I still think there's room to the upside, but I don't think we're going to be moving at the pace we were in the past at this less steeper channel. I think we're going to be going up in more steeper channels instead of shallow maybe something like this. So I think the times have changed definitely, so we're going to see more aggressive price action. So that's everything I have for the SPY. I got a little ahead of myself. Normally just give you guys a week or two advance of what I think is going to happen. So I'm expecting a pullback to occur, and then from there we'll see if we find resistance, or we're going to probably continue higher. Thank you for stopping by and checking out my video. Make sure to check out the rest of the channel, since you might be surprised with what you can learn. Leave a comment down below where you think prices are headed. Also share the video if you want your friends to learn about the markets. Lastly, I appreciate any feedback to help improve the channel, since I want to deliver great content to you guys. See you next time, and bye.